Alright guys, we're gonna pull over and move a feeder today, so let's get this buggy unloaded. Okay guys, as strange as this may sound, we have this feeder set up. So see this hill right here behind me, just this little bit of a hill? We had the feeder about 50, 60 yards on the other side of that hill. And these pigs were coming in, just destroying all this pasture land out here, which is also the riding area for this horse property. So they hired us to come out here and get rid of pigs. We were smacking the hell out of the pigs out in that field, and we kind of got them where they're staying in the woods now. And we were picking up all kinds of hogs on camera back over that hill, but it was just so hard to sneak on them at night because, as you can see, like, this area is really clear, but when you start walking back there, there's a lot of brush, a lot of twigs, a lot of sticks, that type of stuff. So it was very hard to sneak on these pigs. So we thought, well, hell, we got so many pigs coming in here, let's just move the feeder out here, so that way if we come down the trail through the woods, we'll be able to see the pigs. If we're coming up from the pasture land through the horse ranch, we'd be able to see the pigs in here, know that they're on camera, be able to sneak up and shoot them right from the fence. Well, it kind of backfired on us because these pigs are not hitting this spot. So it's strange that we moved the feeder 100, 150 yards, and now we're not getting any pigs on it. About 500 yards that way, maybe a little longer than 500 yards that way, and then about another 500, 600 yards that way, we've got 2 more feeder areas, and those feed spots have got pigs on them all the time. We're shooting on them all the time. So you would think that the pigs would find this spot, especially if we pressure them back there, they would find this spot, but it's just not happening. So I'm going to take and pull this feeder, and we've got a pen back there that we just put up that we use as a bait site, and I'm going to put this feeder in that pen so that way we don't have to continuously bait it up. So let me get this stuff pulled down and we'll get it moved over there. That's really a war right here. Collateral damage.
Well, my Lord, watch me sway. Darkness falls and we all pray, hoping for the light of day. Down to the river I have held the devil's hand, felt the weight of my own sin, burdened by the heart of man. Down to the river.
Okay. Got her loaded up. Now we're going to move over to that other spot. All right, guys, so here's our hog pen that we bait up, and you can see, well, there's been some cows in here too, but the hogs were super active in here. What we usually do on these bait sites, and our feeder sites, is we'll pour some corn on the ground just to hold the hogs and keep them in, just in case a huge group comes in. So you can see there's a little bit of corn left on the ground, a little bit of stuff that I mixed up. But this particular spot here had 3 bags of corn on it. And you can see that, yeah, there's been a few cows in here, but the group of hogs that I had on camera, because here's the camera right here, was just huge. I mean, there was just hogs everywhere in here. So with this pen, what we do when we put up our hog pens is we leave them one way in and one way out. So very effective hog control, because when they get inside this pen, and we know, depending on the wind, when we start sneaking up on them, that we know that they've got one way in and one way out. So really they just can't scatter in all different directions. We start shooting on them, they're gonna be bouncing all over the place, but this is really their only way out. So guys, we run our feeders pretty low. We do have extra legs where we can get them up if we need be. But we run our feeders pretty low so that way when they start casting corn, they're not casting it out quite as far. Some of the feeders have speed of spinner throw, so you can slow them down, which increases your feed underneath your feeder. Others spin them so fast it just casts it out. Here we don't really care if it does cast it outside the pen because we just want the hogs to hold, but a lot of the majority of the corn will be underneath this. $307. Today is Wednesday. Oh, okay. All right, now we need to go to program. Custom 1. We're going to set this feeder to go off every day. And in here, I want them to hit this thing pretty early. So I'm going to set this for 9:30. A lot of properties you get on, the feeder's like a dinner bell. These hogs hear it and they'll come running. Okay guys, the trickiest part is the first bag because the feeder's empty. So when I go to dump it in, there's no weight holding the feeder down. Every once in a while, you can get something on bloopers reel when you go to try to put it in and the whole thing comes crashing down. It's only happened a couple of times, but first one was successful. This is performed by a trained professional. Okay guys, I'm going to cap this one off. I'm going to leave this one at 2 bags of corn for now. It'll be just fine with the 2 bags for a while. And because I'm in here non-stop anyway, doing land and crop protection, I'm checking it all the time. So guys, one of the reasons why I like to use some oats in with my corn is the oats are a little bit harder for the hogs to pick up and eat, or deer, whatever you've got. If you've got a pile of corn out here, you know, it's pretty easy for them to come in and just scarf it all up. But you throw this oats on the ground, and I usually put it in a pile, and I'll come back the next day and it'll be scattered everywhere. So these hogs will come in and start eating on it, and they'll scatter it around. Well, I mean, they absolutely love this stuff, and it takes them longer to pick it up. So therefore, not only will they be in this spot longer, but it'll take them less time to get rid of all the extra food on the ground. So this will hang out a lot longer. All right guys, I'm just gonna take this leftover and we're gonna run back to this other spot, which is through the trees, and just dump a little extra on the ground. Just hold the hogs there a little bit longer. And I did notice that a damn raccoon knocked the top of that. That's got a little tree feeder in there, and he knocked the top of that feeder off. So I'm gonna put that feeder back on. our high-tech latching system. So we had some coons or squirrels or something eat the top out of this feeder top. So we'll get her back up there and get her taped back up. Sit on there very well. There we go. We had some high winds and storms in here last couple nights. Who knows what took this thing down, but something definitely did. One more piece on her. We'll get this little bit of bait dumped out, and hogs are in here in this spot every night. We'll get a little bit extra to eat. Now this spot here being a little bit different because we do have cattle in here, so because there's cows in here, I won't leave it in one big pile. I'll just throw it around on the ground. You can see there are some grain products on the ground right now. Guys, beautiful, beautiful summer day here in Texas. 96 degrees with the real feel of 105. If I had to guess, I'd probably say 70% humidity or something. It's pretty toasty today. Check it out, guys. Come over here. Looks like this camera was almost collateral damage shooting on hogs, so got a little close to it. Need to rehydrate. It is a little warm out here. Alright guys, that's it for today. We came in, baited up a spot, moved the feeder from one location over to another. Got that all done. We are loaded up, ready to go home and get ready for a hunt tonight. Thank you.